let's talk about the elephant. What are we getting wrong? Why is something so huge being ignored by so many business leaders? Why do you think security is seen as just another cost, not as a driver of ROI?
So I think there's this perception that they're not responsible for security. And then they think, well, it's an add-on feature that I got to pay for, and it's not helping me increase revenue, so I don't want to pay for it.
I've been talking to victims and potential people to be targeted for 26 years now, part with the FBI and part post-FBI. And two things always come up. We're too small. No one wants to target us. I don't think they have anything anyone would want. I mean, those are the same things. I say this almost every time I'm talking to somebody. Those are the two things that come up. And it's never happened to me. Why would I need it? I've never had a attack. Why do I need a CAT scan?
So what is the real cost of avoiding the elephant? I mean, can you share a story or two from those 26 years of experience that will illustrate the real financial impacts?
Well, I'll give you the two most recent ones that are huge. Is M&S in the UK. They're basically a big supermarket chain over in the UK. They got hit with a ransomware attack 6 months ago. They're still fighting out from underneath it, and their market share has gone down $400 million. Last week or 2 weeks ago, Jaguar Land Rover hit with ransomware. $50 million a week they're dealing with trying to fix this problem. So those are two recent ones. I mean, I can go pick a week, find a target. I mean, you can't skip the news and not see somebody getting hit with. I mean, ransomware is the most sexy one, so the news always talks about it. But the bigger issue is business email compromise. Companies that are sending out wire transfers because they don't recognize that this is a risk because they don't know it, and they don't have policies and situations in place to be able to deal with it. So they're dealing with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars going out the door.
And just to validate a couple of things that Darren said there, I mean, guys, our firm is on the other side of the fence. Everybody here comes from the cybersecurity perspective. We come from, you guys are mitigation, we're transference. We're on that other side of the fence. And talking about the we're too small, first of all, I live in a small town of about 30,000 people in Northeast Arkansas. You've got three Southerners on the call today, right? If our funeral home has been a victim of ransomware, right? And it has, anybody can get hit.
All these threat actors, whether they're doing business email compromise or ransomware, it's an extremely professional organization. They don't care how big you are. They're going on massive scale. If I target 1,000 SMBs and I'm ransoming them for $5,000, which is a SMB level money, that's still $50,000 for a couple minutes worth of work. So from that perspective, you have to look at it, everyone's a target. And when you look at the second and third order effects, is breaches don't just cost money in your short term. They erode the trust in your brand equity that you've spent years building. It can be lost deals. It can be cold partnerships. Customers quietly churning because you had a breach and now the end of your contract and they decide to go someplace else because they just don't trust you anymore. And it's harder to measure that than it is to measure a ransom payment. And trust compounds just like interest. And to the other side of that, so does distrust. So once it's broken, you often can never fully return that level of trust. So investments in your cybersecurity now and your growth is not just an investment against your insurance or your losses, but it's actually a huge investment in your business. And kind of flipping it a little bit, it's also an investment in gaining more business, because once you're able to document and prove that you have good cybersecurity practices, that opens the aperture of the businesses that you're able to sell your product to or sell your services to.